everybody, it's Erin here at the Broadberry with the Broadberry for another Facebook Live segment. Tonight, I'm going to be talking with Kelli Strawbridge and Sam Reed about their upcoming event this Friday, July 27th. Love Jones, it's a Sharon Jones tribute, and The Big Payback, which is a James Brown tribute. Tickets right now are $12, but they do go up the day of show, actually at midnight on Thursday. So get your tickets now, come by the box office, or you can get them online. I'm going to reintroduce you guys. Yeah. Sam Reed, Kelli Strawbridge.
I'm Sam. That's Kelli.
That is, I could see Sam and Kelli together.
Specify. Sometimes people don't know.
It's true. It's one of those things. Just like if I said I'm Erin, could be either way.
I could be Erin.
It's right.
I could be
I could be
Kelli.
Erin.
Names they can go either way, honey.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Unisexing it up.
Sam, can you tell us about you? They clearly know each other, y'all.
Long time.
Can you all share how this whole idea came about and just a little bit about what to expect on Friday, but more importantly, like some history about you both?
Well, yes. I love and enjoy Sharon Jones as a performer. Didn't get a chance to see her before she passed away. When she was here at Innsbruck, shortly before she passed away, I had a gig on that night. As it goes for many musicians, we miss a lot of stuff because we have gigs ourselves. And so I never got a chance to see her. And I was watching a documentary, a Sharon Jones documentary, that followed her throughout her fight with breast cancer. I was in my hotel room in Chicago, and I just decided, like I wrote it down on a piece of paper. I said, I will do a Sharon Jones tribute at the Broadberry, sharing the bill with The Big Payback.
That's perfect. I read somewhere that Sharon Jones has been called the female James Brown.
Which is exactly why. Yeah, that's exactly why the first people I thought to share this bill with was a big payback, and Kelli is a old friend of mine.
Yeah, let's talk about that. How do you know each other? How'd this all start?
I met Sam at Cafe Diem in, I want to say, '05.
Oh, yeah.
I think it was '05, '06, and that's when everybody was calling Sam Church Girl. And
nobody knew my name.
Nobody knew her name. It was just like Mark was just like you just be
Mark,
Church Girl.
I met Mark Ingraham at church.
Yeah.
So he just told everybody that was my name.
So funny. And yeah. So I met her there, and then I heard her sing. She would sit in with DJ Williams, and that was how I was introduced to her. And you know, there's people that will kind of drift onto the scene and then drift away. But, you know, Sam, we kind of, you know, hung on to her and was just like, no, you're going to be with us.
Now y'all know Church Girl's name.
You know, yeah.
Church Girl got a name,
Church
honey,
Girl got a
and
name.
she running shit.
And, yeah, so that was over 13. That was over 13 years ago. So, you know, and ever since then we've always wanted to work together on stuff, which we have, you know. And but this one, this sounded like a no-brainer to me. I mean, I pretty much, as soon as she said that she was going to do it, I was like, of course, you know, why not, you know. And Sam has done songs with Big Payback several times, and you know, can assume the position of any female lead that, like, especially that James had, Marva Whitney, Lynn Collins, you know. Sam has that kind of range, you know, among other things. So I thought it was a perfect fit.
Thank you, Kelli.
Welcome.
Speaking of church and church, I didn't know that about you, but both artists were highly influenced by gospel music, from what I understand. So how do you think that influenced their music, and how has that therefore now influenced you?
If you went to church and sang in the choir, and it was a church with any kind of like soul or anything like that, then church is always going to be one of your biggest influences. My father is a minister. He pastors Riverview Baptist Church right here in Richmond. So shout out to Riverview Baptist Church on Idlewood Avenue, right at the corner of Idlewood and Robinson. Go on and get your blessing, y'all.
Get your blessing.
But my daddy's gonna love that. But it's a part of you. I did not go to school for music. I went to church, and that's where you learn passion and feeling and to deliver a song in a way I think that people can understand and make it relate to whatever it is that's going on in their lives at that time. And I think that that's also what James Brown and Sharon Jones had. Like, it's just something that you really can't get away from.
Here's another question. I think this was actually asked by one of my interns that I thought was interesting. And Kelly, if you also have other questions, feel free to steal it from me. I know you enjoy saying it over there too.
No, you're doing such a great job.
So, and again, for both of you, what about the importance of tribute bands? And do you think it's more important to let the older generations relive that experience or remind them about these artists, or more or equally important to introduce new generations to that music?
I mean, I think it's a combination of both for sure. Sampling is not. It's still very popular, but especially when we first put the band together, it was even more popular, sampling old records and things like that. So I thought it was important to be able to play some of these songs that people would probably recognize, Payback, and Payback is probably the most well-known, obviously, James Brown song, The Big Payback. I think people hearing that kind of song live, even James, a lot of the stuff that he was doing towards the end of his life, or really during the last 20 years of his life, he was playing the hits, but he wasn't really exploring, his catalog as much as he could have, if you will. I mean, he was getting paid really big money by the end of his life, so he was doing what he felt was right. But I think there's a lot of songs that people still wanted to hear, and I think that that's a big part of tribute bands. Another friend of mine has a Radiohead tribute band, and they're focused more on like the Benz era, but they had some B-sides and stuff, that like I'm sure that there's tons of Radiohead fans that if they're not going to hear Radiohead do it, if they hear somebody that really is dedicated to the sound of that band, I think it can be, if not like on the same production level as that band, I think it still can be a very viable inner piece of entertainment. I love hearing the hits and stuff, but I think people also kind of want to hear those weird B-sides and stuff, the stuff that you kind of connected to that maybe you felt nobody else connected to, and then you finally get to hear it live. It's like, so.
And I would say, I think that Sharon Jones and the Dap Kings, they were a tribute because she was not an older artist. She took something old, and I don't want to say made it new, but she just reintroduced it to a lot of people. I think there are people that may be coming to this show or that have been like following my post about it and things like that don't realize that Sharon Jones is not somebody from the 60s or 70s. They don't realize that. She got her break. She was an older woman. She was not an older woman. I don't want to even put it like that because, honey, we all pulling up on it, child. She was in her 40s. And, but she took something that just really, forever, 25 forever. But something that resonated with her throughout her entire life, and she just continued to put it in people's faces and not let it die. And that's and which I don't think it ever will, because we gather too much from that for a lot of the music that is coming out today, especially here in Richmond. we are like an old soul city, man. Like that's a huge influence for most of the musicians here. So, she was, and the Dap Kings, they were a tribute in and of themselves.
I have a question actually. How about the band leading aspect of the business? How do you feel about you've actually put together? You work with a lot of the same people, but like you still have to put together these different bands. Like how do you enjoy that? Because you did that with Sam Reed solo, and then Black Janice. We did the Nina Simone thing, which was kind of a natural friends hanging out kind of thing, and then the Sharon Jones. So how do you feel about how do you like band leading? Putting together like Gabe Santa Maria, your bass player, said something in Style Weekly that was awesome. Just talking about how much you did to get all this together, and especially coming from not from a music school background, like how's that been adjustment wise?
It's a lot. It's a lot. And frankly, some days I absolutely hate it. Like, because I really love showing up and singing a song. If I can't do anything else, I can sing a song, So I love showing up and singing a song and going on home, when I'm done, or going and having drinks or having a drink before I get started or some, that type of thing. It takes more. I'm drinking right now. I'm drinking right now.
That's good as well.
Cheers.
Right?
Hey-o.
No. Yes. Come on. Yes. So it takes a lot more focus. It takes a lot more focus. It takes a lot more time. This Love Jones is the biggest thing that I've ever had to put together, but I knew it would be. I knew it would be in the second that I thought of doing it. And that is also why I chose the Broadberry, because when you do big things, expect a big turnout. I think that I'm a great leader. I really do. I really do. But it doesn't mean that I really want to always be the one to lead. I think I do a pretty good job at it. I have 2 children. So I'm used to kind of having to organize and delegate and do, all of these things. So shout out to all the guys that play with me all the time: Steven, Josh, Calvin, Gabe, Devon. On this show, we also have Reggie Pace, Mark Ingraham, Garen Dorsey, and Peter LeBlanc, Butterfly Vasquez, and Tanya Lazimbi on vocals. Shout out to y'all, especially my guys who are with me all the time, the first few that I named. I'm bossy when it comes down to this point, but I don't mind being that, and I appreciate y'all for taking that from me. I love you.
And for anyone just tuning in or catching up with us, again, we are having the Love Jones event with the Big Payback, and I'm sitting here with Kelli Strawbridge and Sam Reed talking about the show this Friday, July 27th. And Style Weekly, so that article got released today. Mm-hmm. So leading up to this event and preparing for it, Style Weekly actually quoted that this should easily be one of the most memorable local music nights of the year. So
that's a lot.
Little pressure.
Really?
But just can you give anyone in this, because for both of you, sort of what to expect on Friday? What has it been like preparing for it?
Expect a show. I mean, expect a great show. I've worked really hard. The musicians have worked really hard. As Gabe stated in the article, we first just started rehearsing with like rhythm section, added those horns, man, and everybody was kind of blown away, no pun intended. But I think just expect a show. You've seen the Big Payback, like how that goes.
Hopefully.
Well,
I hope so.
You always kill it. It's always a fantastic show with the Big Payback. So I hope that we can Love Jones. I hope that we can match that energy and just bring it all full circle. You know, Sharon Jones is getting to do a show with James Brown on Friday night.
Finally, it's finally happening. You know, yeah. No, I mean, look, the show is going to be dope. I mean, you know, again, we have some of the best pick of musicians that you could ask for. I mean, between her band and Big Payback, you know, I mean, it's a blessing, to be honest with you, that we're able to play with these people. You know, Dusty Simmons, Todd Harrington, Andrew Episarda, Frank Jackson, Susie Fisher. She won't be joining us that night. We'll have Charles Owens from Charlottesville, who's another brilliant saxophone player, and Toby Whitaker, Bob Miller. Reggie's going to do some with us as well, because Reggie is an original member of Payback. And we're going to be doing what we usually do. I think it's going to be a little bit more fun, because this year we've actually gotten to open up for friends in a way, and I mean to say open, you know, is we're sharing the stage, if you will. But like, you know, we've done some gigs with like Flavor Project, and we're doing this thing with Love Jones, and it's even more fun because we get to be done early, and then we get to watch. Then we get to watch the rest of the show. We get to see the show. I haven't seen really anything other than a couple clips and stuff on the internet.
Kelly's going to be doing the introduction.
I'll do the introduction, but like I haven't really seen anything, so I'm going to be blown away just as much as everybody else, obviously. So for us, it's just going to be a really fun, loose show where we're probably not going to play just straight up hits. We're going to probably do more of the B-sides and deeper cuts, upper cuts, lower cuts, all of the other cuts. We're going to do all those cuts for the show. So it's going to be really fun.
Cool. Thank you guys for doing this. I'm not gonna close it out without just a small game, because another reason that we like to bring in artists is for the fans and everyone out there in Facebook land to kind of get to see another side, since most of the time all you see is them on stage.
Kelly and I are the same way all the time.
She's not lying.
Consistency is key.
We'll kind of close up this segment with that, if it's all right with you. Is there anything else you guys want to add?
Come out Friday.
Come out Friday. Get here early.
Yes,
the Broadberry has been
doing
that's right. DJ Ghost is going to be here.
DJ Ghost is going to be spinning old school funk, and the way that he does it, he's absolutely fantastic.
He's excellent.
You come to any No BS shows, you see him before, between sets, and after, and he's fantastic.
And get here early for real, because Broadberry's been doing earlier shows. We've had people that have requested, like literally a million times.
My mom and them.
Yeah, mom and them, your family, cousin. They all have said, cousin. They have all said, when you going to have an earlier show? So this is the opportunity. You're going to get James Brown early in the night, and then Sharon Jones and Sam Reed to take you home. It's going to be a beautiful thing. So make sure you guys come out Friday. Get your ticket now.
Before I have you guys choose a question out of my special box here, do we have a Facebook act?
I appreciate everything you both do. Would you all consider covering Sly and the Family Stone?
Absolutely. Kelly, come on, please.
Who is this from? Laura.
I love Laura. Hi, Laura.
We've done.
They can't hear us out there, so if y'all want to repeat the question and then answer.
Oh, the question is will we ever do some Sly and the Family Stone?
From Laura Lee Minnick.
And yeah, what up, Laura? It's funny is that a few years ago we did a tribute show of some Sly stuff with the Southern Bells, Mekong Express and Southern Bells, another band I play with, people have like requested for that to happen again, and I think we do need to do that again. And this time, Sam, I don't think you were on that. I don't think we had any women on that, which doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't.
We're definitely gonna try to do that again sometime and really do it even on a bigger level. So yeah, Sly and the Family Stone, come
right
soon.
Here at the Broadberry. Thanks, Lucas. It's gonna happen.
Write that down, Lucas.
Right.
Hope you heard it.
I'm moving on to the hot seat, y'all. Strawbridge.
Okay. How can someone push my buttons? I mean,
It's easy.
I was gonna. I was a little
For you?
surprised.
For you? No. I'm laid back, bro. I'm laid back. You know. Honestly, it can just be depends on the day. I'm not like, yo, you push. You know, I don't know. That's a tough question.
You pushing me, yo.
Yo, you pushing
You
my
pushing,
buttons.
yo.
Yeah, I think sometimes when I get an answer that I feel like that you're hiding, you're using that answer to hide behind the real answer. Sometimes that's what pushes my buttons. I'll be like, just tell me the truth.
Yeah.
I'm a man of take it.
Don't beat around the bush.
I don't beat around the bush. I'm old. I can take it. So that's about it. I'm an easy guy.
Look at that smile.
Yeah.
What do you have?
This is funny. What law have I broken and gotten away with?
Ooh.
Can you publicly say
Yeah.
this?
Can you say this?
I won't talk about laws that I've broken and gotten away with. Because really, honestly and truly, there aren't many. I think most people know this. I've been somebody's mama since I was 19 years old, honey. I haven't had much time to break laws. But I haven't. Shout out to my babies, KJ and Jonah. But laws that I've broken and have gotten caught for, I mean, you know.
You forget your East Pass one day?
Yeah, you know, like, and it's pretty much just like tickets and things like that. Shout out to my dad again. My dad is also an attorney. Thanks, Dad. But no, I'm actually a pretty good girl.
Yeah.
Boring. I'm just kidding. All right.
We won't talk about the other side of Sam.
Let's do one more, and then we'll wrap it up, guys.
You go first this time.
Okay.
You want to cards out? Yeah, I kind of do.
I want to know what that one says.
That's all right.
I'm just gonna go with it. I'm gonna play the game the way it's supposed to be played.
Okay.
Kelly.
Okay.
What one word describes my relationship with alcohol?
Wow.
Friends.
Besties.
Yeah. Then another one. That one's not good either. Yeah, that
Right.
You're getting good ones. Okay. What type of contest would I win between all the people in the room? Splits.
That is exactly what I was gonna say.
Could you? No?
Oh, for real? I don't know if these are the right pants. For real, I could try.
I don't want you to try.
No.
And then have it
And
be.
this
It's
is how
not
we will.
something you can try, Kelly.
Is there enough of you on?
I think so. This is how we're gonna close out, guys, with the splits. July 27th.
Come on now. Whoa. A little bit. You get right in front of me, Kelly.
Woo! Oh,
Hey, come on, James
right.
Brown.
That's right. See all of you July 27th this Friday at
See
the
you
Broadberry.
Friday.